Hello, my name is Diana Morris from Edukea Company. Today we are going to learn English about the fruit seller. We are going to read the following passage or story about the fruit seller, and after reading the following story, we are going to look the exercise which will guide us to answer the questions from the story below here. This story is the one which will guide the pupil or will guide us to answer the questions which will follow after reading this story, by starting with the story about the fruit seller. So that Uncle Juma sells fruit at the market. So that Uncle Juma is a fruit seller who sells fruits at the market. He sells watermelons, pawpaws, mangoes, bananas, oranges, lemons, and pineapples and apples. We see that Uncle Juma at the market, he sells fruits, and the fruits which have been mentioned here, they are like watermelons, bananas, mangoes, oranges, lemons, pawpaws, and apples. He counts the fruits before selling them. He arranges them in groups. Before Uncle Juma sells the fruit, he counts them in order to know the number of each fruit at the market. And then after counting the fruits and identify the number of the fruits, he arranged the fruits in groups. For example, he took apples in their groups, oranges in one group, mangoes in one group, pawpaw in one group, and all fruits that he sells, he put them in one group in order to differentiate between one fruit and another fruit. Mrs. Simrisho buys fruits from Uncle Juma. We can see that Mrs. Simrisho, if you see at the following picture here below, this is Mrs. Simrisho as we have named her here. She's the one who buys fruits from Uncle Juma. This is Uncle Juma, and this is Mrs. Simrisho. So Mrs. Simrisho buys fruits from Uncle Juma. She buys one watermelon. We can see that Mrs. Simrisho buys one watermelon from Uncle Juma, 10 oranges. After buying one watermelon, he buys also 10 oranges, 6 apples, and 8 mangoes. You can see that when Mrs. Simrisho goes to the market, he usually buys one watermelon, 10 oranges, 6 apples, and 8 mangoes from Uncle Juma. As you can see here at the table, there are watermelons, apples, bananas, mangoes, groups which have been arranged in groups after being counted. The way you have seen that Uncle Juma counts the fruits and then he puts them in groups. So these fruits here have been counted and then have put it in group in order to differentiate which kind of fruits is which, in order to make it easier for those who goes to buy, like Mrs. Simrisho, to differentiate different fruits at the market. After seeing the short story about the fruit seller, which is Uncle Juma, the following is an exercise which will help us to know what we are going to answer. We use this story about the fruit seller to answer the questions above here. There are 4 questions. We are being told that fill the blanks using the words in the box. We are supposed to fill the spaces provided using the words in the following box. We use the words which we have been given in this box in order to fill in the blank cell spaces provided. You will choose the correct answer from this box or the correct word from this box, and then we'll use it to fill in the following spaces or blanks provided. By starting with the words in the box, there are 10 pineapple, market, watermelon, fruit seller, 8 apples. So you choose one of the following words from the box in order to answer the question, which you will see that is correct from the box below. By starting with the first question, we told that Uncle Juma is a dash. You will come from the given box here and choose one word which will help you to fill in this blank space provided in order to bring the meaning. So you say Uncle Juma is a dash. After choosing here your answer, you write in the blank space provided. The second question says that he sells fruit at the dash. Uncle Juma sells fruit where? You will come from the given box and choose the correct one, and then you will put from the blank given or space provided in order to complete your sentence. The third question says that he sells bananas, pawpaws, dash and dash. These are the list of fruits which Uncle Juma sells. You have been given 2 examples, so you are supposed to choose the other fruits from the box here which Uncle Juma sells in order to complete the following sentence by filling the provided spaces from that question. After that, we come to the fourth question, which says that Mrs. Mrisho buys dash oranges and dash mangoes. As we can see from our passage here, we have been told that Mrs. Mrisho buys fruits from Uncle Juma, and we have been given which kinds of fruits she buys from Uncle Juma and how many fruits from each fruit which she buys she takes from Uncle Juma. So here you are required to answer which, for example, Mrs. Mrisho buys dash oranges. You will say, how many oranges does Mrs. Mrisho buys from Uncle Juma? And dash mangoes. And how many mangoes does Mrs. Mrisho buys from Uncle Juma? You will come again from the box provided and choose the correct answer or the correct number or word in order to fill from the space provided or blank provided in order to complete the sentence in correct form. And after looking the following questions, this marks the end of our topic for today. Thank you.